Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to the channel Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. This is the end of this week's forecast for July 1st, Saturday, July 1st. Oh, and for those of you that support me on Patreon, thank you so very much for that. Not only are we ending the week, right, we are also shifting into, I'm sorry, not July 1st, it's August 1st. What am I talking about? I haven't switched my calendar over. So for August 1st, Saturday, August 1st. So what I was just going to say is not only are we switching over to a new month, we're switching decks today. So over on the Patreon page, they voted, and of the 3 decks that were up for vote for August, we have a winner. It will be revealed in a moment as I'm shuffling it now. Couple of things, please like the video, share it out if you feel so inclined. I would greatly appreciate it. And this message also, I should say, even though it is for those of you that watch regularly, it's a build upon the energy that we've been looking at for Saturday, for the week of the 26th of July through August 1st. It's not necessarily only for that day. If you're seeing this video at a different time, that's not Saturday, August 1st, that's completely fine. It is a message for the greater collective, for the highest good, so therefore it might apply to you when you're actually finding it versus the date that it was made for, okay? So you don't have to turn it off. You can just watch it and see if it applies. If you do watch it on a date that is different, please let me know if it resonated. I would love to hear from you guys if you guys are seeing these later. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, I want to address a little bit from yesterday. We had that, first off, in the early part of the week, we had that 5 of Pentacles energy that we're headed towards. Yesterday's Ace of Cups makes me feel like quite possibly we've shifted something or changed something. So I'm going to see what today's card is and see if I still feel as though, I kind of feel like that 5 of Pentacles maybe has fallen away. But we'll see what comes out in today's deck, in today's card, and that should give me insight. Let me see here. Okay, new beginnings. So we've got a new month. We're in a new month. We're heading into a new month of August. We get the Fool. The deck that was chosen by the Patreon subscribers is the Crow Tarot by CULLINANE, which I love her work. This is one of my favorite decks. This is where I learned about her. So let's get into this. The Fool is always about new beginnings. The Fool is the beginning of the major arcana, right? It's the card number 0 as a rule. It's associated, I believe, with the element of air and quite possibly the sign of Aquarius. For some reason, I'm not pulling that information right now, but I think that it is. To me, there's this opportunity for, newness, growth in a very big way, right? Heading into August. We do have the August 8th Lionsgate portal happening for everybody. We're all going to be affected by that. That's sort of a thing that happens every year and can bring about sort of transformation and change. So kicking off August with this Fool card, I think, is a great card to start off with. To me, the Fool is always this fine line about where we remain open and sort of teachable, open to new experiences, in that sort of mode of exploration, but we're also like mindful of not being naive or not paying attention. Not to me, this crows are extremely smart animals, and so this crow to me is paying attention to his surroundings. There's an opportunity here when we look at these lotus blossoms down here. To me, this looks like the opportunity for growth spiritually and maybe through lessons. There's a lot of greenery, actually. We have this fern frond. We have these trees back here, and then these 3 lotus blossoms, which could be the growth, the spiritual growth of the mind, body, and the spirit through the taking on of this journey. Maybe this is the representative of the month of August. in some ways too. I don't know why I'm feeling that. I also feel like the dead branches here, to me, we're leaving behind something that maybe isn't working for us. For some of you, it may be as immediate as that Five of Pentacles energy that we were heading into, that sort of setback energy. There's an optimism to the Fool that is lovely. That's what sort of keeps us open and teachable, right? And sort of we can sort of see possibility and not be frightened by it, not be, we're willing to kind of almost co-create or allow sort of the journey to teach us, to mold us, to educate us in that way. Does that make sense? To me, there's a, what's the word I'm looking for? Malleable? Like the Fool is malleable, like the Fool is moldable, right? The Fool kind of is open to his surroundings and taking it all in as if it's like the, you know, all part of a, like to me, it's the best way to describe this. Like where I'm going with this is the feeling that I'm getting from this card is that the Fool is like the pages in all of the suits are like on steroids, right? Like to me, it's like the brand new beginning, the youthful enthusiasm, all of that sort of stuff, and wanting to be teachable, but in a very like sort of profound way, right? So we are, and there's also this, I have to say this too, I feel like there's this definite, distinct viewpoint of the future for the Fool. We may not have it completely defined. That's also the cloud cover here. We may not have our future completely defined, but we're willing to work towards going there. Does that make sense? We're willing to sort of be open to different avenues and opportunities of getting ourselves there. And I think that, to me, I don't feel that Five of Pentacles loss or setback that we were having in the early part of this week. I feel like we've sort of let that go and we've empowered ourselves in some way. We may not know, like to me, the Fool doesn't necessarily know all the resources he has at his disposal, but he's about to learn, if that makes sense. So let's see what the Oracle card is. So, all right, this is spring. We're not in spring, we're actually in summer, but I like the idea of this. I also feel like this rabbit is moving definitely towards the future. Like he's springing forward into this idea of what August may have to bring for us. I don't know why this is feeling like the entire month, but there is definitely an enthusiasm that's coupled between these two. God, it's dark, this camera. It's just overcast this morning. I'm sorry, guys, you can barely see these cards. This rabbit, to me, he is springing forward. It says, see your seeds grow, right? So when I look at this, the opportunity that is in the Fool, or the options, the openness, all of that brings about the energy that we see in this spring card, which is the idea of new birth, new ideas, the growth of that. I also love, I think this is lavender fronds or lavender flowers behind the rabbit. So to me, this is about also that idea of new growth, the newness of the Fool, and the opportunity to sort of move forward and begin to see the ideas come to fruition, right? So to me, this is sort of the inspiration that we saw in yesterday's Ace of Cups. To me, this is about sort of being open and to possibility today, and then maybe also throughout this month, right? I'm going to read these definitions just so that I honor the artist and see where we're at with that, and then we'll get into the rest. So the Fool says, unafraid, the crow does not waver a bit and has faith that the log and river will provide a great adventure. In the distance, there is a wind blowing, whistling a warning, but the crow remains faithful, knowing that despite how stormy or choppy the waters may become in the future, the log will keep her afloat. The Fool card asks that you have faith in the universe and live fearlessly. That's this part of like sort of, you know, allowing the universe or our experience to sort of teach us, right? You will come through the storm. If you allow hope to replace fear, imagine the adventures you have waiting, right? And then we have this rabbit sort of also springing forward in this idea of seeing these sort of seeds grow, right? But we may not necessarily know what the seeds are. I feel like with this crow or the fool, he knows what he wants. He may not know exactly how to get there, but he's up and open to the adventure of the process, right? And the experience of it. He's sort of embracing the larger, grander scheme. I love that we're kicking off the month with this card. All right, and let's go to spring. This deck too, the Oracle deck that I've chosen to pair with this is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. I do have an unboxing video on my channel if you want to see a little bit more of it. But let me see, where is spring? I'm trying to find seasons. So spring is page 140. Let me see here. I also feel like there's a fertility with the rabbit too. All right, spring is see your seeds grow. The message is embrace the change that is on the horizon. That's definitely the same message as the Fool, guys. Allow your dreams to become reality. And then it says about spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. The extended message is you are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way that you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth if you're starting something new. Prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or it's the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that there's a coming spring, that the coming spring will usher an improvement in important energies in regards to your question or intentions. So that necessarily, I don't know if we didn't necessarily have a question, but I do feel like this spring is this openness, this opportunity for growth. There is a realm of possibilities. Is maybe through the month of August. This might be heading into the rest of the year for some of you. I think that would be a really beautiful. This is a very beautiful and new, hopeful energy that we want to like kind of ride, if we can, for as long as we can. I also feel like they are both focused towards the future goals, sort of defining the joy of those goals, and then kind of allowing ourselves to like work towards them step by step, regardless, sort of, letting the universe work with us versus against it, versus toiling against our situations and that sort of a thing. Does that make sense? So let me see. Let's just the final drawing stone for this week. So this is on malachite, which is the heart chakra. This is touch, and I feel like this is also the malachite stone of the heart chakra is bringing me back to yesterday's Ace of Cups. The touch idea is, to me, when I look at the sort of openness that we have in the Fool, and then with the idea of spring and having our ideas sort of come to life, the newness of everything, making this a reality through the feeling of the emotions of it, having it touch our heart, having it like, there's physical touch, right, where we actually reach out and grab something, and then there's emotional touch where something touches us, right? I feel like this is the combination of both, through feeling what it is that we want, right, and allowing that to touch our heart and who we are, and open ourselves up to that through this Fool card. We're able to then sort of spring forward like this rabbit is doing, allowing those seeds to grow and allowing that to become a physical reality where we can then actually touch it further down the line. I hope that makes sense. But I feel like there's a dual meaning in there. Like if we feel it through the heart first and the emotions of it, and we open ourselves up to it and begin to sort of play with it or make it real within ourselves, then it can manifest out into the material world where we can actually then physically touch it. Does that make sense? And bring it into our reality. A little esoteric, I guess, but this is your reading for the day. I hope it makes sense. Again, we're switching from deck to deck, so There's a little bit of clunkiness probably with that, but just bear with me. We will get into the groove with this. I really love this reading. I think that they pair up nicely, these two decks, or so far they certainly seem to be in alignment. And I think that I'm looking forward to seeing what the month of August with this Leo energy and the exuberance of Leo and the passion of Leo and the dynamism of fire. We are in Leo season. Mars is in Aries. There's a lot of stuff going on in the action-oriented side of things. So this month of August could be very interesting for us, and I look forward to it. Beyond that, I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this made sense. Please leave me a like, a share, a comment. If you want to support me and be able to vote in what decks we use next month, you can go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist and choose a subscription level. Those that get to vote in the polls are in the two highest subscription levels, I believe. I'm not sure. You'll have to look. But if you want to vote, check that out. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can always message me at the Facebook business page. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, please go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and vice versa. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, please go over and like my Facebook business page so that you can reach me there if you ever feel the need to. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy this day and the newness of it and the possibility that resides within it. Allow that possibility to touch your heart. All right, love you. Bye-bye.